What up, everybody? This your boy B Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a first-time listener, I appreciate you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, I know I haven't said it in a while, but go ahead and reach over them and give them a crisp high five. But I know, the circumstances surrounding everything right now, you can't really be too close to give a crisp high five. But what you can do is use your social media app of choice to craft them a well thought out DM telling them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find the Random Rambles with Rob on various platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show, Instagram at the 3R Show, Facebook 3R Show, Twitch 3R Show, YouTube 3R Show. You get the gist of it. But joining me, I spoke very briefly and quickly in my introduction about social media platforms to include Twitch. I'm fairly new to it, so I've just been peeking around in people's windows that they leave open for us to all view into. And I come across the young lady sitting to my right on screens. Oh, shit. Yeah, look, I got my orientation right. Because usually when I try to point next to me, I'm pointing the other way. So joining me, this delightful young lady. Look, the smile is just radiating through the screen right now. Story Mode Bay. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there as much as we all can right now.
I know.
And from what I've got to see of you, that you put out there into the world for us to view and everything, you're always rocking the hats and everything. So I felt like I shouldn't leave you alone.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna throw on a hat on too.
There we go.
And the significance of this hat, I know you're a West Coaster, correct?
Through and through. I throw my W's up through and through.
Word. This Quarter Wolves hat, representing my homeboy Sir John Lee. He is an artist out of Compton from the West Coast.
Yes, come on, Compton.
Yeah, so that's my homeboy. I'm a West Coasted up today.
There we go. We matching. We see each other.
All right. I got the dad hat. I'm looking very daddish right now.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I love a good dad hat. They're my favorite.
I mean, you're always wearing the hats and everything, but I noticed, you're West Coaster. You got the LA hat on now, but I've popped in on, a couple streams here and there to where I seen an NY hat.
I know.
Did you lose a bet?
Okay, no. The only reason why I have my New York hats is it depends on what t-shirt I have going on. True. So like today I got the Bel Air, so I'm like, okay, Cali. Sometimes with my New York hats, I'll have like a Biggie shirt on or a Cameron shirt on. I'm like, okay, well, let me, fit the theme for the day or whatever. But no, West Coast is the best coast. That's no discussion.
Very, very well. I enjoyed Cali. I went there as a kid. I spent summers there. My sister was married to a guy that was in the military, so he's out there in Fort Irwin, California, around Barstow and all those other places. So I spent like 2 summers out there, and the weather in Cali just because I'm a Southern guy. I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I'm currently living here in Texas right now. So, it's gonna be 80 degrees today, but there's gonna be 100% humidity, so it's gonna feel like 136.
Oh, that humidity. See, we are literally it started a couple of days ago, but we're in the middle of a heat wave. So yesterday it was like 111 in LA. I don't know what it is today. Our energy company emailed me talking about, well, we might turn the power off for about an hour today. Just a heads up. I'm like, okay, so we'll see. So yeah, California is kind of on fire right now. So we out here trying to survive.
Yeah, it'd be like, we're going to turn off the lights for a little bit. And then, using a little too much water right now. We're desert based. So we're going to pull a little bit of that back from y'all.
We're going to cut that off. You're going to have to pay for it, but we're going to cut it off.
Yeah, I don't get it. I went to, I did some training out there when I was in the military as well. So I slept through an earthquake once, which was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a big one, of course, if I slept through it, because I don't think that long. But I woke up and all the cabinets was open and all the drawers was out and everything. And I thought somebody came in the room and pranked me.
What happened?
I'm like, what the hell? And then everybody standing outside, man, it was an earthquake. I was like, for real? Shit.
But sometimes those earthquakes will just like rock you to sleep, and then you just kind of get into a deeper sleep. I get it. I get it.
But like I said, coming across you on Twitch and everything, which is a very new platform for me as well. And I'll tell you, like my former guest, Gal Level, he's another YouTube content creator and Twitch streamer. I used to talk down on y'all.
That's okay.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it, you know, and I guess that's almost human nature, right? It's just like, oh, I don't understand this shit, so I don't like it, you know. But after having guests like Gal Lover and Mikhail Casanova and the other couple people that do this type of content creating, you know, in support, I would watch their streams and whatnot. Then I seen the sense of community within you know, this platform, and especially with yours. So like, here we go. Most recently I've been on there. I played the story mode for Def Jam Fight for New York most recently.
My favorite. Oh, so good.
And that's kind of how I stumbled across you.
Oh, God.
you had a video of Def Jam Icon.
Oh,
so how you feel about that game? First off, before I say what I say.
My least favorite. Let me take that back. I hate Def Jam Icon so much, and I hate to say that because it let's start over. So I started off with Fight for New York and I streamed it and I really, really loved it. So I was like, okay, I'll do Vendetta. And again, I really, really loved it. And, you know, the final game of the series is Icon. And everyone's like, no, you know, don't do it. Don't play it. And I'm like, no, like I'm trying to finish the series out. Let me just, you know, oh my God. It's ugly. It's just an ugly, clunky, oh God, I don't understand.
Well, see, is you know, I believe the opposite kind of. The controls are trash. The controls are trash. They tried to innovate and do something new and everything, but I think visually it looked all right. You know, the characters look more like the actual people rather than how Vendetta and Fight for New York was.
Yeah, I'll give them that. That's it, though.
So visually it was great. It's just them. I was just like, then I got to scratch so I can hit them.
I'm trying to fight E40. What am I doing on the turntables on the side? No, it's just I can't do it.
And then some of those environmental effects. I mean, oh man, freaking manhole cover pop you up in your shit. I mean,
car turned around and kicking you in the air.
I don't get it. But I mean, if they did a new one, and you know, I've been following the Def Jam account on Twitter because I've been playing this game recently, and they teased it. There's like, we'll give you some more information. You know, they baited us in. Like, we'll give you more information about the Def Jam game if we get over 1 million followers. They're well over 1 million followers right now. We ain't heard shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I took my follow back. I felt very salty about it. I said, y'all are just playing with us at this point. Why are y'all doing this? I'm very upset about it.
Matter of fact, I'm about to double check mine right now.
I said no. I gave it a couple of days after the 1 million hit, and I said, okay, y'all are just playing. Y'all just want some new followers.
Let me
I took my follow back.
I'm about to do exactly the same. Oh, God damn it.
And I hate to do it, but it's like, stop playing with us. You know what we want.
Fine. I wasn't following your punk ass anyway. There you go. Good. But one of the things for you, I mean, you play all these games and everything, and as far as you can remember, you've been a gamer, correct?
I have since the 90s, since 96, I want to say. Yeah, I've put some years into this.
So, I mean, you got to grow with the technology as well, and for a platform like Twitch, which I think used to be Justin TV or something like that.
Yeah.
How excited were you to have, you know, this at your disposal? You know, I play games. I mean, this is geared toward gamers. I mean, why don't I jump into something like this?
Well, my story kind of is, so I like to consider myself kind of fairly new to Twitch. I started streaming on Twitch January 2018, which is it'll be 3 years coming up. But when I first started streaming, that was in June 2018, and I actually started on YouTube first. When I would play games, I'm forever lost with whatever I do. So, you know, I would go on YouTube and I would look at people's walkthroughs just so I could be like, okay, well, you know, where am I supposed to go next? How to get to this next part, whatever it may be. And I was watching people's walkthroughs and I was like, oh, well, I mean, I like to play video games and I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. Like, let me, you know, put my hands in this. Let me see what I can do. And so again, I started streaming on YouTube first and I liked it, but even to this day, I don't like editing. I just like doing things like I'm the worst. I'm like still trying to like upload content to my YouTube and I'm like, I don't want to edit this stuff. So yeah, so again, I really like doing it, but it's just the editing part was just So, you know, people that were finding me on YouTube, they're like, yo, you should check out Twitch. And at first I was like, I was the same way. I was like, I don't know about Twitch. I'm okay. But I moved over to Twitch, you know, January 2018, and I just loved it as soon as I started. I like, you know, being able to talk to people in the moment, that live interaction, and being done with the stream, and then that's it. I don't have to edit anything. I don't have to do a cover. Like that's it. It's up in the internet. Like that's it. So yeah, that is how I started, and it's taken off from there, and here I am.
Yeah, and to go back to community and everything, it's just like, okay, you set up for the Def Jam Icon game, or I forget whatever else I was looking through, whatever. And your streams are pretty lengthy, but the first 30 to 40 minutes of it is just you reacting to every single person in the chat box and whatnot. You know? And you just like trying to set something up. Oh, hey, such and such. Hey, such and such. How you? What's this? What's going on? How you doing the things? And what the stuff? And
yeah, it's constantly well, first of all, I'm super appreciative of you know everyone that comes across me and you know takes the time out of their schedule to watch. There's so many streamers out there that they can go to, you know, and so the fact that they choose to come in my channel and talk, and you know, it's a lot going on all the time. Sometimes I can't keep up, but I'm definitely going to try my best to, you know, comment or, you know, respond to each and every comment, because again, like those are my people and I'm super big on community. And when I stream, I don't want to see my viewer count and then just be like, oh, well, you know, they're just numbers. No, those are real people. And I want to really interact with those people too. If I didn't, I could just, you know, upload videos and post them on YouTube or whatever it may be. I want to talk to people in real time and let them know that they're appreciated. So it's a lot of talking in there. We talk a lot.
I seen a snippet of one of your interviews for I think it was I forget the show, 380 or something like that. It had
368.
Yeah, there you go. So you were talking about that aspect of it, or what, even to where if nobody's in there, I mean, you still have to create something. You have to talk, you have to say stuff, you know. And for me, before I even got over to Twitch, I was using the famed and debunked Mixer. And what's funny about it is like I wasn't even on there long, and as soon as I got on there and got the gist of it, all right, cool. We cutting this off.
Dang.
You believe that was in California? You said, man, we turned the lights off for a little while. You ain't getting no more water. You can stay here if you want to, but
you ain't got to go home. But you gotta get the hell up out of here.
Because for me, it seemed hella simpler. Because at the time, I didn't have, you know, a computer set up, so I was just sitting here with my Xbox with my freaking Kinect. That doesn't work for anything else, but so I was just doing that, and then they was like, "You got to get the hell on," and I was like, "Well, fuck."
I know. Now what? Where am I going now? I know.
But the interactions for me, because I'm fairly new and I just started, and just to have somebody in there, which is almost akin to like when we used to play games back in the day, you know, having somebody sit there with you, shoulder to shoulder, playing those things. Because I play a lot of Call of Duty, and
nice.
Got the audio set up to where people can hear the chat, and it's just us. Well, I mean, it's good and bad. It's good. It's good and bad. When it's my people in there, people I know, I mean,
right.
Great. But when I'm in there with random people, oh boy, it's a whole bunch of N-words.
Yeah.
What I wind up doing just to piss them off, because I know it's irritating. As soon as they start talking, I just start making noise. I'll be like, and then like they try to get loud, and I just get louder. And
we could get loud together.
Yeah. But outside of the Twitch and everything, I know you got a great love for music, as we can see on your wall there next to you. And now we got some Erykah Badu. Are those some of your favorite albums?
Yeah, so it's so weird. I'm currently working on my stream area because usually I'm always using my green screen. And you know, when I do like podcasts or interviews, or sometimes I do hosting too, where I was at, it was just, there was nothing to look at. I'm like, okay, let me get my little setup together. But yes, to answer your question, I am such a fan of hip hop and R&B. I mean, the first rap song, the first rap song I ever heard, it was, I think my dad was taking me to like preschool or kindergarten. I can't believe I remember that far back. But it was Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. And I remember it was I remember it was playing in the car, and the line came on where he was like, I like them real thick and juicy. And I remember asking my dad, like, what is this song about? And my dad told me it was about cheeseburgers. I will never forget that. I'll never forget that moment. But yes, I'm such a lover of the culture and just, you know, I just love it. I can't help it. I do have some more albums that I have to hang up. I'm a huge Outkast fan, as you can tell. I need to hang this baby up too. But
because you had your like your ATLian shirt.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I definitely, you know, love rap and hip hop. I definitely do.
Another interview I heard you on, it was a music show or whatever. You I was rating music, you know, if it was hot or not and everything.
Yeah.
Do you ever, because in there I got a little piece of like, you like to sample, you know, new and unknown artists and whatnot. Do you ever think you get to the point to where some people become that old fogey on the porch, be like, God damn it, you don't know what music is. My music back in my day was, you know, do you think you ever get to that level?
Yeah, yeah. It's different. I hate to be that person too, but it's different now. The rap and hip hop that I love music that tells a story, right? I mean, I'm all good for like the turn up and this and that, but ultimately I love things that tell a story. Even with the music videos that I watch, nothing wrong with, you know, mansions and bottles and women and all that, but sometimes it's like, okay, give me something different. And so what rap and hip hop is now, it takes a different ear to kind of listen to. But I think too, a lot of the artists that are out, they just kind of want to have fun. It's like a different love of hip hop and rap than what it was 10, 20, 30 years ago, you know? So it's a different understanding that I'm still working to understand.
I mean, because it's like anything, whether it's music, sports, games, whatever it is, or streaming, it's just like there are those who take the craft very serious. You know, they're all about the music. You know, I mean, you speak of Outkast. I don't think Andre 3000 don't get on people projects unless he really feel it. You know,
exactly.
Unless there's a purpose for the music. You know, he ain't really jumping on nothing. You know, you have those type of people. Then you have some like, I want fame, I want the goddamn money, and that's why I'm doing this shit. And that kind of shows through in some of their performances and whatnot. But what I would say about what I feel about new artists, because I mean, I'm no expert. It's just like the internet can build so much acclaim, and that's what a lot of them go for. You know, all right, so all these rappers are famous because they got colorful hair, face tattoos, and all that. All right, so I can do that real quick. I mean, I got a tattoo gun in my bottom drawer here.
Tattoo gun in the drawer. You know, I'll do it myself.
You know, I'll get some Sharpies and, you know, do it up. And then, you know, I find somebody that can make me a semi-decent beat, and I just hibbly hoo hoo.
That's it. That's it. You don't have to be talking about anything anymore. You just, that's it. That's all you need.
And, you know, as I stated earlier on, like how with the streaming, I didn't understand it. So I talk bad about it, or I just like, that's some, I don't, that bullshit. I was the same way with the newer music. And then I thought about it. I was like, regardless of what their motivations are, they're actually doing it. You know, I mean, it could be better. They're actually doing it. And what have I done in that genre? I mean, if I feel I can do better, I feel like I should step up and produce. You know, I ain't got no beat machine or nothing. I mean, I could reach
Little
out to Sir
keyboard in the
John Lee, he
back.
could hook me up, but I mean, I've been here for a couple months trying to string a line of chorus together, and
There you go.
I don't think that'll work for me. But in that same vein, I mean, you're so much of an enjoyer of music and good music, I hope. But have you ever thought about producing your own music, or is that a talent that rests within you?
Oh no, I no. I will enjoy the music from afar. I think that's the farthest I will go. I surprisingly enough, I don't consider myself to be a really creative person. It takes me a very long time to like buckle down on a solid idea. So no, I would just have to enjoy from far away.
Because that's kind of the same with me. I'm trying to still learn the platform, and you know, I learned about OBS and overlays and everything.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm looking at people just kind of draw inspiration, and it was like it's kind of cookie cutter or whatever. You know, they want that streamlined little robotic looking boxes and all kind of stuff. So I got the idea in my head. I'm still trying to work it out because my child is lazy. She can draw fairly decent for her age.
Oh,
she's
nice.
10.
Oh,
And I want to try to keep her motivated into the art because you know who knows where it can lead.
Very true.
So I'm like, hey, I need you to design me some stuff on my Twitch and everything. So I'm gonna have her do my text box. I'm gonna have her do my way screens, my be right backs and whatnot.
Yes, that's dope.
Because one, it'll keep her employed. And I said, if you do well enough, I might give you some money.
There you go.
And it'll be different because you know, who's having 9-year-olds draw all over their screens and 10-year-olds and all this other crap. So
yeah.
So with your setup, you know, how I talk about mine, what I like about yours, what is that? Windows 98 or
Windows XP.
XP? All right, yeah. What came, how'd that come to your head to do that?
I know. Well, for me personally, I love nostalgic things. I like thinking about things from, you know, the 90s and the early 2000s, things that like help develop me into who I am. So yeah, Windows XP has always been, you know, one of my favorites. You know, before I did the XP, I had Windows 95 and I was like, okay, I'm over this. Let's upgrade to XP. But yeah, I have such fond memories of being on Windows XP in middle school and high school and being on MSN Messenger, you know, trying to be fast, talking to boys and all of that. so yeah, you know, we have that. And then my alerts are like 90s themes. I love like the 90s themes prints and things like that. So everything on my channel is just, sometimes it isn't cohesive and it's just like random ideas that I have. But ultimately, those are things that, you know, remind me of my childhood and remind me of, you know, growing up. I like things like that.
Word. So, I mean, when you're not streaming and everything, I mean, what is a normal day like for Story Mode Bay?
Well, I do have a husband and we have a dog. And so as much as I can, you know, I'm trying to spend time with my family, you know, taking care of things around the house. You know, even on my days off, it's never a day off. I'm definitely getting busier as, you know, quarantine has been going on. It's an interesting and it's a good time to be a gamer and a streamer because everyone's stuck at home. So it's like, okay, this is a perfect time to play video games. But also, you know, these platforms like Twitch have definitely been like ramping up in the popularity and people, you know, coming in. I feel like, honestly, if not next year, in a couple of years, like streaming is going to take over for, you know, people even sitting down and watching TV. It's to the point where it's like, I'm not going to watch a show. I'm just going to pull up to my favorite streamer's channel. So with all of that being said, yeah, I'm always, you know, busy working on something or trying to think about ways to reinvent myself or, you know, not have things stale all the time, just constantly keeping people interested. So my mind is always moving, even when it's not supposed to be moving.
Yeah, I completely understand because I've been just a strictly audio medium for going on what 5 years now, and you know, this year has been the year, you know, due to quarantine, really, that I've just been trying to branch out and expand, you know, just beyond my audio platform. So YouTube is new for me. Twitch is new for me. And just bringing people video content.
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother thing. Cause I'm always acting a fool in Walmart on my Instagram. I walk around there, talk shit about stuff. So, I mean, that's been my video platform of choice.
Walmart is a perfect place to talk shit too.
Oh
the
boy.
People at Walmart is something else.
And that's the thing. That's been the running joke for me. The whole, I call it the Walmart log. And the whole thing for me, it became a part of the show when I first started, because I was retiring out of the military and I didn't have shit to do, in the process. So I would just go to Walmart every day, because where I was at the time, that was the only place to go. There was no mall, nothing. Just Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, bumfuck Egypt.
Ooh, Missouri. Ooh. Sheesh.
Yeah, really. And it's like, it wasn't even close to St. Louis. It wasn't even close to Springfield. It was like smack dab in the middle of those two. And I called it the armpit of Missouri because it's down the street from a town called Devil's Elbow. So the elbow and the armpit is just like
it's right there. It's all connected.
It's right there. But I would just go to Walmart every day, and I was a guest on a couple different podcasts, and they would talk shit about Walmart, their policies, which kind of reigns true today, because then this was like 4 or 5 years ago. They were talking about, people touching the shopping carts with their bare hands and their bathrooms nasty. And then here we are, 2020.
Look at us now.
But
look at us
then
now.
I would go into Walmart and do all the things that they said they hated. So I would leave the carts out in the parking lot. I would put my hands on there. I would touch the grapes and shit. And, just to mess with them and troll people, just to fuck around with them. And it just kind of became a staple of the show. So anybody that really know me and what I do, I mean, they always ask me about Walmart, or if a story pertaining to Walmart come up, they send it to me or some shit like that. So what is that thing for you? Like when somebody sees something, they always, refer to you, like, this is her thing. And, she would enjoy this.
I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. I think, very
pineapple on pizza.
Look, you better know about me. I feel like very recently, during quarantine, they've had these versus battles. And I can't even remember what the first battle was that we streamed. I think it was the Manny Fresh battle. I think it was Manny Fresh and Scott Storch. They were doing, their verses or whatever, and we ended up pulling it up on stream. And from there, it kind of took off to the point where it's like almost every versus battle, I stream it on Twitch. We call it Club Sugarfoot. It's like I open up the club and, we pretend that we're popping bottles in the club and we got bottle service or whatever, but we're all in there having a good time. And so now it's like when these versus battles are starting to be announced, or there's rumors about, who is the next person you want to see? People are tagging me like, okay, so is the club opening up? Like, what's going on? What time? I'm outside the gates waiting, so that has definitely become a big staple, for me in our community as well. Another thing I like to tell people, when I do play games, please don't come to my channel thinking that you're going to get this pro level gameplay, because I'm very realistic with myself. I'm not that girl. I don't have nobody to impress. I'm not gonna do it. So when I do play games, expect for me to be lost. Sometimes I don't remember all the controls, but I like to be honest with people. I don't like to, put up this facade to be somebody that I'm not. So
yeah, it's right before I got on with you, before my youngin started blowing up my phone, I was playing the Marvel's Avengers game.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty fun. So I mean, I got farther enough to where we can start enabling multiplayer and stuff, so I can invite everybody in and we can start doing the story mode.
Nice.
So yeah, but when it comes to, for me personally, I look at everybody that's streaming, and when they have a big AAA game like this come out, if you want to call it that, everybody's jumping on it. Oh, we got Marvel over here, so let's go on. Everybody play it, and then I feel like an ass because like everybody else playing it, and now I'm playing it too. But
no, you can't feel like that. You can't. It's very hard, like when you're streaming. I get it, especially like on these weekends where it seems like everybody's playing the exact same game. makes me think like, okay, how can I make myself stand out? What is going to set my channel apart from other people's channels? And it's also very too streaming, and I'm still learning this over time. Streaming, you have to almost have tunnel vision and just focus on what you're doing, because it's so easy to think about everybody else and, well, they're doing this and they have this amount of views and this and that. And over time, it'll just mess with your mind. So I always say, when you're streaming, play what you want, do what you want. You are your own person. It's one of one. Nobody else is going to copy your style. Play whatever it is that you want.
Yeah. It was like that in the beginning with me for podcasting as well. It's just like, you know, all right, I see these guys are doing successful and they have these type of guests and so on and so forth. And, you know, I did get caught up in the weeds and everything. And your advice that you're giving me right now for, you know, the streaming content, and, you know, that's something that I adopted for this podcast a long, long time ago. So, you know, I personally pick the guests for my show that I am personally interested in, you know, so I'm interested in you, girl. So it's just like, you know, I had Michael Jai White on this podcast once.
Yes.
And like, I thought there was no chance in hell for me to ever have that happen. And when it did happen, I was like a little gushy bitch. And,
that's okay.
And I was just like, it was just like, I don't know. And like, I never tried to like keep doing that. I mean, I have people that I want to talk to, but it's not like for the sake of, oh, they're famous, I need to have them on the show.
Yeah.
You know, it's just people that I really appreciate, like especially him. I love all his goddamn movies, even the shitty.
Black Dynamite. Come on, I love them all.
You know, so he was a person that I had to get on. It was almost like, dude, I need to get you on the show so I can tell you how much I enjoy you.
Yeah, for real.
So that's just kind of the mantra, because I've talked to everybody on here. I talked to adult film stars, because, you know, it wasn't to like, all right, she's famous and she put things inside of stuff and everything. So it might bring that crowd over here to see me. It was like, I want to know what you do on your off days.
Right.
You know, I mean, what brought you here? You know,
who are you as a person?
Exactly. Because we got one, I call her the friend of the show. She's the professional porn star of a 3R show, Melanie Cummins. You know, and the significance of what that is, she was the first one that I reached out in that genre of entertainment. And at the time that I was starting my podcast, she was starting her career in that field.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, as I grew as a podcaster, she's growing as a entertainer. So every now and then I try to check in on her and see how she's doing. And
that's dope. Yeah.
So it's a homie, and she liked to play Time Crisis, which is my favorite shit.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm like, every time I go to like the little joint and they have like a Time Crisis set up, I send her a picture of it. I'm like, look.
Look what they got. Yeah, that's dope.
So, I mean, as far as your community goes, I mean, have you come across people like that, Dad? I mean, you may have interviewed or they had you on the show and you just kind of keep tabs on each other just to.
Yeah, I mean, with, you know, with my community, we are called the Bay Brigade. Yep. You know, we're constantly, you know, even right now, my phone's going off because they're constantly like messaging in the Discord, and, you know, constantly it's become like a family, almost like an extended family, especially again during quarantine and during these times where it's like everyone's stuck in the house. A lot of people aren't able to visit their actual families because, you know, it's not safe to travel and this and that. So we're always keeping tabs on each other, even, you know, in the moments where they're not so great. And, you know, we have a venting room in our Discord, or like a mental health check in our Discord, where we're just, you know, constantly checking on each other. And, you know, even when we're not feeling that great, you know, I'm having a bad day. You know, even me personally, a couple of weeks ago, I had to take like a, you know, 2-week break from stream just because it was just so much happening, you know, in the world. But they've been super supportive and super great, and I appreciate them so much. I really do.
Word. You wind up becoming an ambassador for Twitch. How did that fall in your lap?
You know what? Honestly, I have no clue. I really don't. A lot of things that people, you know, ask me to do, yourself included, I have no idea how people find me. I don't know what it is that like people latch on to about me. I just get like super surprised and like, what, an ambassador? Me? Have you seen my channel? Like, I cuss a lot. Are you sure? Like, it's me. But yeah, I was asked to be an ambassador in January of this year. And again, I'm super honored and grateful for that. And again, I consider myself to be a newbie. Like, I really haven't been on Twitch very, very long. So everything I'm just super grateful for.
Word. To go back to the versus things or whatever, I think the last one you did was the Monica and Brandon one, right?
Yes.
But since you're a lover of music and everything, and you got all these versus battles and whatnot, what would be your dream versus battle? What two opponents would you like to see pitted against each other?
Okay, see, so it's funny because my dream versus battle already happened. I was like, before it happened, I was like, yo, I want to see Ludacris and I want to see Nelly together. And then it ended up happening. And I was like, oh, yes, it was perfect. Another one that I really loved was the T-Pain and Lil Jon, the Erykah Badu and Jill, or I'm sorry, not Erykah. It was Erykah. It was Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. And a lot of these have been like, oh my God, yes, I would love to see those. I want Outkast with somebody. I don't know who, because I have been trying to figure it out in my mind who could even go against them. I have no clue.
Damn, that is a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Another one that I want to see is Lil Wayne up against somebody, but again, I have no clue who that other person could be.
Well, shit, I mean, we can do Lil Wayne versus Lil Wayne. You got so much goddamn music.
I mean, you really can. You really can. So yeah, it's always like I have one person, but I don't know who could go against them.
Damn. I mean, you got me thinking about that Outkast shit. I mean,
yeah.
Well, damn, you know what? I did just have one, but it's like it would be weird because like it could be Outkast versus UGK or something like that. But you know, Pimp C not here. You know?
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. And I just feel like Outkast because they're not just. I feel like UGK is a little bit more regional. I feel like Outkast. You know, I was even thinking about Tribe Called Quest versus Outkast, but I feel like that's not really fair. And also, Phife Dawg isn't here, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
To go back to the music, you talked about videos and everything like that. You know how all freaking bottle popping and you know shaking that ass, watch yourself and all that stuff. I think the most entertained that I've been by music videos for the longest was Busta Rhymes and all the things that he would do with Hype Williams and everything. I had when that album came out with the Give Me Some More track. It came with a VHS tape of the Give Me Some More video. And I sat there and I watched, I let my tape rock till my tape popped.
There you go. There you go.
And then because I was a younger man too, and you know, my hormones wasn't in check. So they had a lot of shaking in that Give Me Some More video. So I was like, I had to rewind it and
wait a minute.
You know, but what videos have had a lasting effect on your life? Some of the most memorable ones to you?
I would definitely say Busta Rhymes for sure, but I think some of my favorite videos have come from Missy Elliott. My God, I don't think there's anyone that's doing it like Missy Elliott did it. Janet Jackson also had super iconic videos. Beyonce has iconic videos too. Even, you know, how she's taking her music and doing like the movies like Black is Love that's on Disney Plus now. I just like, again, I like something different. Just make me feel something else other than the mansions. I don't have anything against the mansions. I'm with it, but it's also like, okay, what else can you give? What else can you provide for us? So,
and then like even in that same vein, I mean, you can do that, but you need to be a little bit more creative because I mean,
exactly.
I can just get a water bottle and just spray all around.
Exactly.
My couple of ones in my wallet, right? But like, even to that vein, we had Puffy and Mace.
Yeah,
they did similar stuff, but they still was great. They had the shiny suits and everything, and you know,
exactly the camera. Yeah, exactly, you know? In the little tunnel.
But like, as far as music goes into the future, and all the innovations that they probably can integrate into it and all that kind of stuff, I'm saying different words, random shit.
That's
but
okay.
Who do you think will lead the way in hip hop, in R&B? You know, somebody that you think is not on the radar right now, somebody that you personally like. Because, you know, I'm representing the guy right here from Compton.
Yeah.
And if you haven't heard of him, you're hearing of him now. And I highly recommend that you go. He's been on the show more than anybody out of 200 and some odd episodes.
Wow.
I believe in the guy, and he has a real talent. But
there you go.
That's my pick. So who do you got on your radar?
See, it's hard. It's not, they're not underrated at all, but you know, the person or people that I see really paving the way in hip hop, not just for the moment right now, but for years to come. I have a couple of people, again, not underrated at all, but Kendrick, J. Cole, Meg Thee Stallion. I like the lane that they've been traveling in. I know Kendrick hasn't released something in a minute and we're waiting for it, but yeah, all of them are super, super dope. And I see them doing things for years to come, not just for this moment right now.
So you bring up Meg Thee Stallion, holy feet woman right now. What brings you in on her? Because I have my opinion, but I want to know yours.
Honestly, I love her energy. I love what she's doing for Black women and for the culture. I hate that, you know, people are, you know, taking this entire situation, you know, that happened with her and just kind of, you know, trying to make her like, well, what did she do to deserve being shot? And what did she say? And well, you know, she says she's a savage. Why, you know, that's what happens when you is like, no, absolutely not. You know,
nobody deserves to be shot.
Yeah, of course not. And, you know, me as a Black woman, it's just disheartening to see, you know, so many people, especially Black men too, you know, just kind of not believing her or trying to blame her for these things. But, you know, again, I love her energy. I love what she does. She's unapologetically herself, which is super dope to see, too. And it's refreshing.
Word. This is my thought. Because I just want your opinions. So, like, Beyonce, you mentioned her earlier. I mean, in the crazy stuff that she's doing now with, you know, making videos and music into movies, essentially. I mean, in akin to like what Michael Jackson used to do with like Bad and Thriller and all kind of stuff. And you talked about Preschool earlier. I got something for you. I got that in my back pocket. I'm gonna pull that out. But for me, you know, for women in entertainment and whatnot, there's a level of self-discovery and comfortability, if I can say that word right.
Yeah.
And it's just like Beyonce being that prime one, and even Nicki Minaj to an extent, to where like, you know, they came out, there was just like the standard, you know, she was in the R&B group, you know, just say my name and all this other crap. And then, you know, once she became her own solo artist, you saw her evolve, breaking away from that, you know, that groupie stereotype into becoming a woman of, you know, just, I don't know, it's just real. I'm not saying sexualized, but it's just like she was more comfortable in her own skin.
Yeah, for sure.
Beyonce of years of old would never wear the shit that Beyonce right now is wearing, you know? So, I mean, do you feel like when you grow as an artist or whatever, you become more confident in that aspect to where like people can look at you and be like, wow, because like Cardi B ass, you know, she's out there, got ass cheeks all over the place or whatever, and just like is unbothered or whatever, to where other people just evolve to that level. So do you think is personal growth and being confident, or marketing, or what's going on? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it could be a number of different things. You know, I think it's dope that, you know, women like Cardi B and Meg, you know, come out the gates and they're already extremely comfortable with who they are and, you know, what they want to show to everyone, which is great. And again, it's empowering because other people are looking like, okay, yes, I should be comfortable in the skin that I'm in too. I think with Beyonce, it's a little bit different because we basically watched her grow up. So it's kind of like a different thing when we watched her grow up, and, you know, her dad was her manager for X amount of years. So yeah, she definitely, I think, grew into being more comfortable with what she wanted to show everyone too, because, you know, not everyone's like that. So I think both ends of the spectrum are super dope to see. And again, empowering just to see women become more comfortable with themselves too, especially in such a, I love hip hop and I love rap, I really do, but it's such a a male dominated industry where
Yeah.
the double standards fly every
Yeah.
single day and every single hour, and it's irritating to see. So
Mhm.
again, I think it's dope that, you know, they're able to be comfortable with who they are.
Yeah. All right. Because like even with Nicki Minaj, she was just like hard street or whatever, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden start doing the colorful hair and the
Mhm.
just over the top persona,
Mhm.
and that went
Mhm.
away, and it was just like, you know, super sexual with the
Mm.
small clothes, and then that went away, and then she was just like a regular person for a little bit, and then she started whipping out the old stuff every now and then because she
Mhm.
could, and it's just like a
Mhm.
crazy evolution with her and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I like to look at it, but
Yeah,
it's just
I
like,
think it's maybe just trying things out over the years too and seeing like what sticks and what it's I feel like it's definitely what makes you comfortable as an artist, but I
Mhm.
also feel like it's about what sticks and what draws attention and things like that too. So it could be a number of different things.
Work. All right, preschool. You gave me a old story about you and everything. You listen to Sir Mix-a-Lot and all this stuff. This is one of my everlasting memories from preschool.
Uh-oh.
I was a scary little kid for a long time. I didn't like horror movies. I didn't like scary shit. I didn't, you know, that wasn't my cup of tea. Preschool. But when I was young, to scare me, to get me to do what I was supposed to do, my brother and sister would play the Thriller video. Scare the shit out of me, scare me to no end. You know, I was terrified of Thriller. And one day I went to preschool and we have exercise time.
Mhm.
So they play some music, we get on the little mats and we do like little jazzercise and shit.
Mhm.
And they played a Thriller exercise song.
What?
And I lost my shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was just like, you know, we getting ready to be stretching,
Right.
doing all that stuff, and all that chorus said,
Oh
like, the fuck?
no.
And I was just crying, and I
Oh
just
no.
broke down and shit. They had to call my mama. My mama had to come get me and everything. And it was just,
Oh,
it was
no.
a bad day.
Oh my gosh. And it's such an iconic opening too. Once you hear it, you already know what the song is. You got about 5 seconds to get yourself together. Oh no.
But what brought me out of it or whatever, you know, I thought it was scary. And then to see the other kids out there still dancing and carry on and everything, I was like, well, if they good, why am I tripping? Why am I afraid? You know? So went out there and with snot and shit.
I guess I'll. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Well, it wasn't funny in the moment.
Right. Back then it wasn't funny, but now you can laugh about it.
Oh yeah. But man, so as far as you know, you got a great community following you and behind you and everything. You got support from, you know, all different angles and everything. Is there something on your bucket list that you would like to pursue, or something that you have in the works that you know, your people have to look forward to?
Honestly, I just kind of want to take over the world. I don't know in what aspects yet, but ultimately my goal with streaming, I just want to put on for Black people. I want to put on for people that look like me, especially Black women too. You know, I'm tired of this stereotype that Black women have when it comes to gaming. People come to my channel and they're like, well, I didn't know Black girls play video games and, you know, all of that. And there's so many of us out here, like, we're not in alleyways and we're not in the basement. Like, we're out here. You're just not looking for us. So yeah, I want to put on for people that look like me, and I want people to be able to come to my channel or see me hosting or doing these different things and be like, oh, you know, I could do that too.
Yeah.
And again, it's hard to say because I, again, consider myself to be such a newbie and I'm kind of still figuring things out as they go. So yeah, but I do have some things in the works that I can't talk about yet, but I'm always busy. So, you know, keep some tabs on me. Be on the lookout for that.
All right. So who do you have on your list of people that you watch?
Oh, a lot of people. T-Pain is, let me start there. Super dope.
Yeah,
I love, Oh my God. I've loved T-Pain, you know, for years and years, but now
Mhm.
he's on Twitch and I'm obsessed with it. Sensei CJ is another super dope streamer. Cup of Noodle, X Mira Mira, Mr. Nobody TV. There's just Big Cheese, KIT. There's so many amazing streamers out here, especially amazing black streamers. So please go show them some love.
What was hilarious well, not hilarious, but when I found out who it was, you know, I was hype about it. You know, you talk about T-Pain, he was on The Masked Singer.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't know that boy can sing.
Yes, yes. He's
And
not just auto-tune. He could really sing.
so, you know, I found out it was him like real early on in the
Yeah.
show. And because like I've heard him actually sing, you know, I like him that much. You know, so I was like, that's T-Pain.
It's
And
like you already know.
And then to watch, you know, the crowd get behind him and everything and whatnot. And then you took that mask off. I was like,
I knew it.
now you know. Now you know, just like he ain't just the freaking auto tune and shit, you know. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, I think Lil Wayne was on that. Then I tuned out.
Yeah.
But a lot of them they go on that show because it's like, oh, my kids like it, so I went on it.
That's true. That's true.
Shit, they had Seal on there. He was dressed up like a cheetah or some shit.
Did they really? Oh
yeah, Seal was on there. He had a cheetah head, and he had this I don't know, just a dress on.
Those
and
costumes are like, oh my gosh, they're elaborate.
Hell
I don't know where they get those ideas from. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
I don't know. It looked like a 10-year-old drew
it. You never know.
But before you go, once again, I appreciate you giving me your time and everything and chatting with me. Your smile has been making my screen bright. That's why all my stuff is all lit up and stuff.
I had braces for 4 years, so I try to smile whenever I can.
Very well. Confidence. But before you go, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Yes, sir. I am Story Mode Bay on Twitch, Twitter, sometimes YouTube when I feel like editing, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. Story Mode Bay, all the way around. Come check me out.
Very well. And as it is for every guest of the Random Realms with Rob, the door is open for you to always come back to promote your next big thing or just to shoot shit.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun. Thank you.
Okay, we are clear.
Awesome.